Alrighty, guys. Welcome to our team call, Team of Power. Tonight we have a super awesome chick, Candice Talbot, with us. Candice and I have known each other forever. Probably, I don't even know how long, forever. But Candice and I have been talking a lot lately about how so many coaches struggle with the invite and with being afraid to invite, afraid to push people away, afraid of seeming icky, feeling weird about it, that whole thing. So Candice offered to do a call with us to help us all get over that fear of inviting. Candice is, as you guys I'm sure all know, is the founder of Fit Mama Inc. And she's a 6-star diamond, but she has 12 personally sponsored diamonds. She's also 2014 elite coach. She's got a 2-star, she's 2-star qualified in her husband's business center, Ruby in her second business center, and she's a Success Club 5 All-Star. So she knows what she's doing. And she does it authentically, and she does it, I love watching Candice because she just has this way about her that is she's so authentic to herself, and yet so confident and unapologetic about what she's doing because she believes in it so much, and she knows where she's going in this business. She has her goals, and she's going there with or without you. Right, Candice?
Yes.
Yes. So I just love it. I love watching her, and, I know she's going to help us all. So you can take it away, girlfriend.
Thank you so much. You forgot to mention, and she's a hot mess tonight. Could not look any worse for a call.
What am I doing?
Well, I think Joey said once that, Shalene has said that if people do these types of things, they should always have fake eyelashes on, makeup done, hair done. I'm like, I don't think so. But anyway, so I'm pumped to talk to you guys tonight about this, and I'm gonna just give you the basis of how I got to this point. So I've been a coach for 2 years. December was 2 years. In many people's eyes, including I'm sure some of you guys, I'm doing a great job at this coaching thing. I've definitely struggled along the way, and I don't necessarily put that out there all the time, and I don't always put that out there to my team because I want them to feel like. I just want them to be inspired, and I don't put any negativity on my team page at all. But I had to come clean with them last month because I had 2 wretched months coaching. It was so bad that I had doubted myself, and I started to think, you know what, maybe this is it. Maybe I hit the wall. Maybe I'm just not that coach that I thought I could be. I've hit Success Club every single month since I started. And all of a sudden, come October, nothing. I'm getting no likes. I'm getting nothing. Nothing. My posts were dead. And I'm wondering, okay, what's going on? I started dissecting everything about my business, the words I was using, the apps I was using. I just couldn't figure out what the hell I was doing wrong. And I had no idea. So I started to tell my team, stop tagging me on posts because I think people are getting sick of me. And so they stopped tagging me, which you shouldn't overdo that anyway, but they stopped tagging me on posts. And then, so now the month of November, and I didn't hit Success Club, didn't hit it. I had got SC2. Then come November, same thing happens. Now no one's tagging me, and I started off the month -2, which was really awesome. And I couldn't figure out what the hell I was doing wrong. I just really thought, you know what, I'm probably at the end. No one wants to work with me. It's over. So I ended up teaming up with Alex Bunton, which for those of you that don't know, once you hit 2-star, well, actually now once you hit Diamond, you get a mentor from home office to help you with your business. So the 2-star, 2 to 4-star person, 2 to 5-star is Alex Bunton. So I talked to her, and she knows that I'm like super energetic and outgoing. And she's like, all right, Candice, so one week she calls me, she's like, what's going on? She could totally sense something was up with me. And I said, I don't know. And I told her exactly what I told you guys. I don't think people like me anymore. Nobody wants to buy anything. I was literally going deep into the bowels of my Facebook messages, enticing people with $25 gift cards to get healthy. Okay. Yeah, that's super okay if it's like the end of the month and you only need like 2 Success Club points and you just want to tap back into some people and be like, hey, listen, I don't know if this is like anything that would interest you, but I can offer you $25 gift card. Like people that are genuinely like, I wanted to join your challenge group or whatever. I was going like back into May. Like, hey, remember you wanted to buy the P90X challenge pack? Well, listen, I'm good at it. Nothing. And I sent out like 15 or 20 messages. So obviously I felt like I'd gotten punched in the stomach. So Alex was like, so let me ask you a question. How's your invites? I'm like, well, they suck. And she's like, why they suck? I had lost so much confidence that I didn't want to talk to anybody about Beachbody. Okay. Now, when you first start off as a coach, you can't help but be Beachbody diarrhea of the month diarrhea of the month. That's gross. Diarrhea of the mouth to everyone that you see. You're like, I love Shakeology. I love my workout. This was nothing. I was like, and I'm the type of person where I'd go to the mall and, I just schmooze the person behind the desk and somehow something Beachbody comes up. So now I was like head down. I wasn't talking, even my friends and family, like just nothing. So I just had lost my confidence. And she's like, all right, Candice, well, this is what we need to do now. We need to work on getting your confidence back up. So what are we going to do? She goes, we're going to go back to square one and we're going to work on your invites. And I was like, okay, well, how do I invite? Okay, I've been a coach for almost 2 years at this point, and I'm asking this girl how I invite people. And she's like, listen, there's no proper way. I just want you to do it because, as you know, and everybody knows this, the more you do as a coach, the better you become at doing something. It's on-the-job training. We don't learn and then do. We learn as we do, okay? So she said to me, make a list of 25 people between now and next week, okay? Just for whatever reason they pop out at you, I want you to write their name down. So that's exactly what I did. I started writing down, and all I did is I messaged each person, and I was like, hey, how are you? Are you still working at Toyota? How's your kids? And let me also go back and say, these are people that for some weird reason I genuinely wanted to talk to. I wasn't being a phony baloney. Like I just needed to re-network with my connections. So before you know it, people are bringing up to me, I'm allowing them to ask me about Beachbody, or I'm allowing them to open up the door of this conversation about Beachbody. So let me just give you an example. I messaged a kid last week that I used to love. I used to work with him at a bar downtown. Nicest kid. We used to laugh all the time at work. Just wanted to say hello. I'm like, I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're well. Blah, blah, blah. The next day, his wife messaged me and was like, can I buy a week of Shakeology from you? I've always wanted to try it. If I didn't reach out to him, okay, it might not have gotten his wife to be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Candice because I've been thinking about Shakeology. Since I've done this in October, okay, I have signed I want to say probably around 4 or 5 coaches, all from these weekly invites that I've been doing. Okay. So I personally, at this point, I'm not super comfortable with inviting people to challenge groups. And I'm sure Carl Deichler would be like, oh my God, you're not inviting to challenge groups. But I don't ever want people to think I'm fishing for business. I really genuinely just want this to come up. And I think maybe that's why I've had success at this point where I have 12 personally sponsored diamonds, is because I'm not out harpooning people. I'm being real genuine about my conversations. So just if it comes up naturally, awesome. Okay. And they know that I'm not out to get them. And there's like this mutual respect. So part of this practice was also getting back into GoPro, which all of you guys I'm sure have read or listened to. And I'm going to also say, I hope you guys have listened to GoPro, because if you guys have read GoPro, chances are once you're done reading it, you're never going to open it back up again. Okay. I'm 99% sure that if you read a book, you're not going to open it back up. Okay. For me personally, I read a book. After 2 pages, I fall asleep. Okay. So I started getting into audio, being a mom that's always driving around, driving my kids back and forth to school, or I'm out going to get groceries or whatever. I loved listening to music, but now I don't. Now I love listening to personal development. So I'm in the car and I'm listening to GoPro again. And the section on inviting new prospects, I was like, wow. And how many times have I listened to GoPro? Like a million times. But I will guarantee you that every single time you pop in that personal development CD, you're going to be at a different point in your business and you're going to pick up different things. So here I am now. This is like the 7th time I've listened to GoPro, and I'm learning new things all over again about inviting new prospects. So for instance, some of the things that I use, some of the wording that I used was, so if somebody had said to me, oh, I was actually thinking about that 21-day fix or whatever. So I would give them all the information about, and I keep it simple. I don't get too wordy because too many words freak people out. And I would say, all right, this is what it's about. It's a portion control containers, And I would finish it by not saying, hey, so let me know what you think, because let me know what you think. They're never going to get back to you. Okay. I would say, so what did you like best about all of this awesome information? Okay, because using that positive question evokes a positive response. Okay, so always leave the conversation with an answer. What did you like best? What was your favorite part of all of this? Okay, and you can word it the way you want, but using this phrase, I cannot tell you how many times have I listened to GoPro and I never picked up on this phrase. Okay. And now that I'm having problems inviting and I'm listening to this CD again, I'm now learning new ways to talk to my prospects. Because guys, I will tell you right now, it's not hard. You just need to get better at the words you use. Okay. Because chances are you're using too many words, or you're not saying the right thing to people, or you're leaving it in a way that kind of got them off the hook. All right. So it's just about learning what words to use. So really, guys, what I want you to do over this next week is I want you to do the exercise with the 25 prospects. Okay. And I know that we're supposed to, invite 2 people a day, follow up with 2 people a day. You know what? I'm too disorganized to be on like a daily plan. So I crank it out all in one day. All right. I get everything that I'm supposed to do done in one day. So I'll invite all my okay. I'll message all my new prospects to say, hello, how are you? Now I'm at the point where 25 is actually too much for me, because I get so inundated with responses that I feel like all I'm doing is responding, which is awesome. But I'll also tell you guys that My family comes first. So I do everything I can with the amount of time that I'm given. So I now talk to about 10 people a week, and that's great. I mean, it works great for me. So I would definitely advise at least 7, but as many as you can. I mean, the more the better. But so anyway, talking to new prospects, just saying hello. Chances are, people know what you're doing. If you're making a good Facebook presence for yourself, people know what you're doing. They're going to ask you. If they don't ask you, it's okay. You just planted seeds. Congratulations. Okay. So in 2 weeks from now, when you post your Max 30 results, that person's going to feel like, oh, you know what? We had that conversation. So now I feel comfortable going to that person. Just because you've had a conversation now, you've opened the door for them to be like, you know what? We're kind of buddies, so I'm going to message that person about this program. I cannot tell you how awesome this has been for my business. Inviting, who'd have thought? The 3 vital behaviors. And I'm using them like 2 years in, finally. So anyway, guys, I really am going to open it up to some questions. Actually, I want to backtrack just a little bit before I jump off. I know I'm all over the place, but now I'm getting distracted by my little munchkin. If you guys are ever doubting yourself during this journey, because like I doubted myself for those 2 months, if you're ever doubting yourself, I want you to go back and remember about the day that you guys signed up, okay? What was it on the day that you enrolled that you said, you know what? I can totally do this. If that person can do it, why can't I do it? Okay? This business is not a sprint. It's a marathon, okay? This business has the ability to not only get you in shape, but give you an amazing group of people to be friends with, a positive influence in your life. The culture, the Beachbody culture is amazing. So in 5 years or less, you can be making crazy money that it would take you 20 years to make at a desk job. Hey, you, quiet. Sorry, my dog's being trash. So there's no rush. Just enjoy the ride. This business is fun. You just need to enjoy it. Don't compare yourself to others, and do what you're supposed to do. The 3 vital behaviors. That's exactly why they're called vital. That's what's going to help you succeed. So anyway, I'll hand it over while my dog's barking. Does anybody have any questions for me? Or
hey, Candice.
Talk to me.
So we're told invite 2 invites a day, like you said, right? Sorry, I'm losing my voice. What is an invite? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's always like, what do you say? Like, what is considered an invite? Like, and we get so hung up, I think, on, I'm supposed to do 2 invites a day, but I don't even know what an invite is really. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it, everyone thinks that it is, hey, do you want to be a part of my challenge group? Or, hey, do you want to, buy Shakeology from me? But can you explain? You're an elite coach, so obviously you have, what you're doing is making you extremely successful. And what is your invite? You know what I mean? Can you clarify that?
Yep. And Nikki, we talked about this on the way to leadership on the plane. I was like, Nikki, what's an invite? And you were like, I know. So, and this is what I talked to Alex about. I was like, Alex, what is an invite? And she's like, it's it's a conversation, really. So for me, and I even say this in my Diamond Dash training, because my week is about recruiting new coaches and getting them started right. I don't want you to mention anything about Beachbody in your invite, okay? So an invite is a conversation. It's networking, okay? I want you to network. Talk to people, get out of your tortoise shell, okay? And just talk. Say hello. How are you? How's the kids? How's your job? How's your grandmother? How's your car? How's the snowbank in front of your house? Just talk to people, okay? And allow them to feel comfortable coming to you in a couple weeks when you post those max 30 results. All right. Did that if everybody says yes or no, did that clarify a little bit how you feel about inviting? Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's amazing how just reaching out to people and people that you haven't talked to in a while, or just touching base and checking in, how it just precipitates something maybe in their mind that they say, oh yeah, I meant to, whatever. I know we would, like, I don't have to bring it up. Like, I don't have to talk about Beachbody, and I don't, you know what I mean? That's not what I ever talk about, really. And it always ends up coming back to that because we either had a conversation a long time ago, or maybe they were a customer of mine and they saw a post that I did that something new is out and they want to hear about it. So it's pretty crazy how that really adds up, just building those relationships.
Yep.
Why don't we open it up for a few minutes? Does anyone have, just raise your hand, I'll unmute you if you have any questions. Come on, you guys gotta have questions. Pick a brain.
Like Nikki said, this is you hear it all the time. It's a relationship business. This business is all about relationships. So just, if you don't remember anything else, just be like, I need to build relationships every single day, all day. Even with your mailman.
Exactly. Okay, Tina, you're unmuted.
So Candice, my problem is this. I have too many, well, I shouldn't say I have too many relationships. I have relationships up the wazoo. I talk to everybody. I could talk to a stone and get a conversation going. That's my personality. I teach Zumba, I teach Pio. I'm always out there. I'm in a running group. People come to me for fitness advice all the time, but I can't seem to get to that next level. So I have very limited success. I feel I've had very limited success. I've been a diamond and now I'm back to ruby, and I go back and forth all the time. I just can't seem to get to that next step. So yes, I'm making all these great relationships and I have all these people that come to me, and I just don't know how to get to that next point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I hear all this, yes, talk to people. I do. I talk to people in the grocery store. I talk to people everywhere. My family hates it, drives them crazy, especially my son. That being said, I just, I see all these people being super successful. I'm like, well, I'm a good personality. I can do that. Like, why can't I get to that next step? Like, I'm stuck. I'm perpetually stuck in this one spot. And every time I get a little bit of momentum, I get pulled back down. And I mean, I'm still here, but I just don't know why I can't get there.
Well, how are you on your Facebook posts?
Meaning what?
Like, do you feel like you've given yourself a good Facebook presence?
I do, actually. I think that's where most of my presence is.
Okay.
I post 3 to 4 times a day. I post stuff not just about Beachbody. Like you were saying, the whole diarrhea of the mouth, I certainly did that in the beginning, but I post about my, my silly life and my son and my dog, and so that people, I feel, definitely connect with me. I have a like page. I've gotten some people that have transferred from my like page over to my personal page. So I feel that's there. Mm-hmm. I just don't know why. And I do admit I need to do more inviting, but it's that I always get people say, oh, well, the cost is too expensive, or this or that. Like, I get those roadblocks. And as much as I try and go around them, they all want to come to me for the free advice, but I can't seem to get to that next step.
Okay. Well, it sounds like that your networking is there. So you're probably just missing a couple steps that you need to maybe do some personal development on.
Okay.
So I would definitely recommend more personal development, going on some podcasts. There's a lot of great podcasts. Amy Porterfield has awesome podcasts. Shalene has The Tribe. Let me see what other ones, because I feel like I always tell my team, if there's something you feel like you're not doing well with, that's where you need to do your personal development. So yeah, compound effect is great, but compound effect, if that's not going to help you at this time, then what's the point? Do you have the app on your phone, the Coach mobile app?
No, I don't.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When people want to order a challenge pack from you, do you just give them like all the steps, go to my link, do this, do that, do the other thing?
I used to. What I do now is I give them just the link to whatever they're looking to purchase.
Okay, that's good too. I was going to say you could do the link through the coachingcodes.com.
Yep.
Hold on a second, please. Or the reason why I love the Coach mobile app is because
Beachbody came on the TV.
because you can actually put the order together for them and email it to them. So all they have to do is open up their email and pay.
Ah, okay.
So, just learning little steps here and there. I'd be curious to see, and you can message me too if you want to talk a little bit more about this, but I'd be curious to see what your conversations are like with people.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it could just be some of the wording that you're using.
Yeah, I feel like that might be, I do personal development every day, but I don't know. I must be missing something because
I feel like when people have those objections, it tends to be, it's just, you haven't caught them at the right time. So maybe it's the way that you're perceiving their readiness. Like when people are ready, they're ready, and price isn't usually an objection. They might not be ready for Shakeology, but they might be ready for a smaller step. And I think when I first started coaching, like the big thing for me was I always wanted to get the whole thing. People had to get on Shakeology and Home Direct with a package and program and, you know what I mean? Like all that kind of stuff. But now I just think, hey, a little bit, like get them hooked with a little bit. Like this stuff is awesome. You know what I mean? It doesn't take that much to get someone hooked. Like I just actually messaged someone back today, sorry, my voice, who has started 21 Day Fix, but she really did not want to buy the challenge pack. And that was totally cool with me. No big deal. That's totally fine. I messaged her about a challenge group coming up, and in our application, it, says that you have to order Shakeology. And she messaged back, she said, it looks like Shakeology is a requirement. And I said, well, it's recommended. I recommend it. You'll get better results. You're going to have something that's going to give you energy for your workouts, and you're going to have something that will be an easy meal, that you don't have to think about. But no, I don't require it, And then she just responded to me and said, I might as well give it a try. So it's like, I don't know. You just have to, it's hard. It takes a lot of practice, I feel like. Don't you think, Candice? Like just.
Yeah, it does. I feel like I've tried so many different methods to get people to pull the trigger, and you just try so many different things. But one thing that's actually helped me a lot, I don't know if you have an iPhone, but you do? All right, cool. I go into the notes section. Every time I ever talk to somebody, I add their name on a list. I don't know if you can see that there. See, so I've got a list going on in my phone of people I've talked to and I even put little notes next to them. That way I don't forget, because you have so many conversations with people and then you forget who the heck wanted what. So like, you actually, Nick, you just reminded me 21 Day Fix. Like I have a couple people that wanted it a while ago. I might message them and be like, hey, listen, we have a challenge coming up in February. And this just happens to be on sale, and I know that like everybody likes to save money. Do you want to get in on this for, that's where I'll invite somebody. If I know I have a challenge group going on and I know someone specifically asked for a program like months ago, I'll go back in. I won't just cold call someone out of the blue and be like, hey, do you want to join my 21 Day Fix challenge group?
Right.
No, I don't do that.
Well, and it's also good that, like Candice said, to keep notes, because if you have a list and you have, so right next to it you have interested in 21 Day Fix, well, then you can go through your notes when something like, or you have a challenge group coming up for 21 Day Fix, you can go through that and say, hey, I know you were interested. It's on promo this month. Just wanted to throw that out there and let you know, because everybody wants it cheaper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think you're probably just missing something.
What would you recommend for people like myself? Because I'm certain that I'm not the only one with that challenge right now. What would you recommend would be the best personal development for that?
Go giver.
Yeah.
I read that one.
Ah, it's a good one.
I know. I really did like that one.
I would recommend seriously.
It's the next pulling the trigger, and that is where I'm really struggling.
Well, that's why I'm thinking that maybe if you get the audio of GoPro so you can hear some of the wording that's used, because I swear like that helped me so much. And I know what you're saying. You're like, I've got all of these people that are interested and nobody's pulling the trigger. Like, what the heck?
Right. That's exactly where I'm at. And I'm only at right now Success Club 3, and it's the tail end of the month, and I'm like, it's frustrating.
Yeah, well, you know what, too? My daughter is crying now because she wants to go to bed. My husband, by the way, my husband's not home. He was out doing snow removal for 2 days, and he came home, slept for 2 hours, and just went back out. Anyway, well, I'm by myself tonight. But what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, GoPro. I would get that so you can listen to the wording again and work on it.
Okay.
And listen to it. Don't be afraid to listen to it like 4 and 5 times, and just start learning some new methods of what to say in those conversations.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry I monopolized.
Oh my gosh, please.
All right, I want to let Candice go put our kiddos to bed. Does anyone have a quick question? No? Candice, can anyone message you if they have another question?
Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry that my daughter's not happy right now, but it's late. But just anyone message me anytime. I don't mind talking to anybody. I always make time. So.
And for our team, if you have questions, actually, I would love for you guys to just post it on the wall. And then that way I can, get in touch with Candice and we can have it so that everybody can benefit from the answer, because I think that I'm sure if one person has a question, so many others do. So, all right, thank you guys so much for getting on the call tonight. Candice, thank you I'm losing it. Thank you so much for being on the call, especially with your husband not home. My God. And everyone have a good night. Good night. Thanks, Candice. That was super helpful.